In today's video, I'm going to give you part three of how I'm investing in my portfolio. This is CeoDavidDiaz.com. We are getting ready to do part three. What does part three consist of? Number one is small caps in crypto. Have you ever heard of them? Do you know what they are? Well, here are some symbols you should become familiar with. Some of these symbols may be antiquated, maybe not as bright looking as the more modern ones, but you should be accustomed to knowing what this one right here is, what this one right here is, this one as well, this one, and so all of them. Why? Because these signify the coins that are out there. Some of them are small caps, some of them are large caps, and so on. And the only way to know what it is by going in and doing the due diligence research, reading about them, seeing what they are, and that way you can become accustomed to. So today's part three. Part three consists of basically, let me just go over briefly. Number one, part one of the 3-video session goes over my investing practices for 2023, how I'm investing in certain coins for longer term in returns. In part two, I went over some stable coins. In part one, it was 82% of my portfolio invested. And in part two, it's about anywhere from 2 to 15%. If we go halfway, somewhere between 8 and 9%, leaving room for another 9% to be invested today in small caps. What are small caps? Small caps are basically those coins, crypto coins, that are above the 50 ranking level. So they are from 50 to 3,000, for example, just as an example. Those are the small caps that I'm looking today. I'm looking at specifically 3 of them that I'm going to show you my recommendations to them, and then 2 other ones that I tend to look at for that. Not that they're necessarily small caps, but they are in that price range of investing. Now, why small caps? Because you might invest less into these, but if they explode and multiply like 1 or 2 of them have done in the past, then you'd be able to make some money just like I would. And that is something that's very important to be aware of, that you and I can make some money. So before we go into them, let's get ready to change and share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing here. Here we go. Now, just before we get started, I want to remind you, I am not your financial advisor. Always seek the help of a professional in order to make the best decisions for you. This is for entertainment purposes, educational purposes as well. Educational more than anything. So this is the first one that I want to look at. It's Fuse. Fuse is ranked number 73. It's worth 0.079%. It's gone down 2% in the last 24 hours. The market cap is 17 million right now. In the last 24 hours, there's been traded 263,000 has been traded in volume. Now, what does the chart look like on this? Now, this is the immediate chart on here. I want to show you a max chart on here as well so that you can see what I'm looking at. This is the max chart that this CoinGecko app website shows you here. Right now it's down here, so it's pretty good investing down here. Will this mean it will go up or not? Not necessarily. We don't know what's going to happen overall, so you'd be just like I would be making a guess. But if we're investing 9% and we had to pick 3 of these, I would put 3% into this one. 3%. What is 3% of 1,000? It is $30. What is 3% of 10,000 is $300. So it's not a lot of money. However, from 7 cents, if it ever goes up to even this level right up here, it would mean it would multiply over 10 times. Fuse has something called Fuse Cash App. And if you want to know more about it, I'd say you should go in to its website right in here on the right, where it says newsfuse.io, fuse.io. These are places that you can go in. SafePal is the wallet. You can go in there to the Twitter, Facebook, and find out more about this investment, whether you'd like to make it or not. Remember, these are high risk. You could lose as well as you could gain. and you could gain it multiplied. And I just showed you the graph, and you can see that the highest it's been is around 81 cents or so. And that is not bad if you jump in now and hold off. Maybe set an alert to sell if it ever reaches that level, because most people forget to sell once they reach that level. The next one is Likes, Lyxe, also known as Luxo. And Luxo is called a digital NFT, and it is about thinking fashion. If you want to find out more about that, you can go into their website, luxo.network, or you can go to medium.com. These are Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram. You could find out more about this token and find out if it's worthwhile investing. This one is currently worth $10.39. Is it at its lowest point right now? Well, this is where it's at right now, but it's been as high as $37. So it's not far off from its highs. It is ranked at 208, and its market cap is 160 million. And in the last 24 hours, it's traded 1.1 million. Now, one thing that you want to pay attention to here is the market cap that's available right now. It's not the total circulating supply, only 0.15% of the total market supply. When this reaches 1, then it's fully there. As compared to Fuse, some of these will list, will not list. Fuse didn't list. That's why I didn't mention it before. Some of them, that's just the way they work. You're not going to get all the information on these. So Luxo would be also a one that I would consider in investing 3% into. 3% is, again, on 1,000 is $30. On 10,000 is $300. Not a lot, but if it multiplies enough, it would be great. And this one is, I'd say, of the three, this is the least that I'd be interested in because of the higher value. It's gone up in the last 4 months. It's gone from $5 to $10 since September. And now that we are in February, 6 months later, is that right? 5 months later, it's gone up, it's doubled. Now, the last one that I want to look at of the three that are riskier, this one's ranked number 363. It's Kujira. Kujira is a hands on its own chain. And this one, you can look up in its website, kujira.app, at Medium as well. And it has a Twitter, GitHub, and so on. It has more information. Now, this is the good thing, that in reference to its market cap, it's 68.9 million, and most of it is already out in circulation. 0.91 is out in circulation. It's almost at capacity of the total supply available. Right here, you can compare to circulating supplies, 109 million, whereas the total should be 122 million. So that is posed as very good for investing. Now, in reference to the trading volume, it's only 256. So it's not a lot being traded right now, but this is the type of time that you'd like to go in there when people are not talking about it as much. Now, the highest it's been is $3.58. Right now, it's worth somewhere around 6 cents, 63 cents. So if it were ever to go back up to that level, you'd make some pretty good money in there. Now, are these the best out there? Not necessarily. There is risk involved in investing. You can lose it all. You can make much more than you when you started, but there is a lots of risk. And I'm going to show you a few others in there that I also like. Now, this is Suku. You can see it's rated 1,023, way off from the other ones. Now, it's had a market cap of 8 million. Its circulating supply is 119 million. Its total supply is 1.5 billion. It's way off of its circulating supply, meaning this will get diluted as it goes higher. Someone will dilute more into it so that it just dissipates. Remember, the more that's diluted in here, guess who makes the money? Those who are involved in the company inside. And that's why it's risky to invest in some of these, because you don't know what to expect. Now, that other one that I just showed you, the Kujira, which is almost at capacity, is great because of that. Suku has fluctuated. I've made money on this one when it was at 4 cents. I got out almost at 8 cents, and I'm waiting to see if it goes back down. It's at 69 cents right now, 6 cents in that range, and I'm waiting to see if it goes back down, and I'm going to jump in again. It's reached above $1 last year. This chart is not the full max, but I was in it watching it when it was up here, and I told people, I remember being in a group call and people said, let's invest now. And I was like, no, this is not the right time to invest. And we try and jump in. This one, the highest that reached was $1.25, and people were trying to jump in at that range. And I was like, no. And look at it. It dropped, and it dropped. Now it's starting to have some momentum, although I believe it's going to hover in here until Bitcoin doesn't pick up for good. This one's not going to pick up for good. Another one is Dogecoin, and Dogecoin is ranked in the top 10, which makes it a large cap, but I still like it because it's 8 cents. And the last one I'm going to look at is FTM Phantom. Phantom is also in the top 50, making it a mid cap. And this one I like. I was going to cash out up here. I even told my private group in Telegram that I was going to cash out up here, and I completely forgot. This was about a week ago that I should have cashed out, and it's gone right back down. I've lost 50% of that gain right there. So this is what happens when you invest on this higher risk. If you're not in it to win it, then you're just parking your money so that somebody else makes money. This is CeoTrades. Remember, tomorrow or later, we're going to be looking at some other small caps that are worthwhile and projects that are sound and might be worthwhile you taking a look into these, because you never know when you're going to get lucky out there. This is CeoTrades, where money works for you. Until the next one.